All right, my curiosity for this video is off the charts. We're checking out Come Shopping With Us at the Costco in Paris. Now, you guys know me all too well. I love these like grocery store tours, and this one is for Costco, which is a grocery, I guess you wouldn't really call it a grocery store. You guys don't even use the term grocery store, you use supermarket. Costco is not really a supermarket though, it's kind of like a super center. But I'm really curious to see what the one looks like in Paris, France. Had no idea that there was a Costco there. I think somebody mentioned one time that there was maybe a Costco in Germany, but yeah, I didn't know there was one in France. This is gonna be interesting, so smash the like button and let's dive in. Grocery shopping at Costco in Paris. All right, it looks the same. Oh my gosh.
Hi you guys, it's Ariel. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing well. We are out of toilet paper, so it's officially time for our quarterly visit to Costco, and I thought I could bring you along.
A quarterly visit, okay. I don't think I'd be able to do a quarterly visit because Costco has so many things that I just love. A Ninja slushie. Putting everything in Canadian dollars, that's fine.
We haven't even made it 5 meters into the store, and we're already straying from our preset grocery list. We've learned that if we don't write lists, we end up spending way too much money in Costco, so we always make a list.
Sounds about right.
Fan was not on our list, but it's been so hot in Paris that we don't have air conditioning. I feel like this fan that blows a cold mist is tempting.
That's pretty nice.
It's 115 euros, which is kind of pricey. I hate this.
Oh, they got USD there.
We always like to check to see if it's...
Did that seriously say 133 USD? Wow. That's... Guys, that's a lot.
Pricey. I hate this. We always like to check to see if it's actually a good deal before we buy in Costco, because sometimes
it looks fancy.
They're not the best price that you can find. But on Amazon, the exact same fan, how much is it? 212 euros. So that actually is a pretty good deal.
It's a good deal, yeah.
And this is another French store, like French appliance store called Darty, where it's 246 euros. That's crazy.
Big old watermelon. I mean, it looks the exact same.
I don't know if you have a ring for me yet, Jean, but this one is only 13,000 euros. What a steal. This one's actually pretty cute, but I think it's still a little bit over our price range. It's 2,500. And actually, it's white gold, which I feel like is kind of pricey for that much money.
Honestly, not a bad idea to get an engagement ring at Costco. That seems like a pretty good deal. Man, I remember shopping for my wife's wedding ring or engagement ring at the time. God, one of the most exciting and nerve-wracking times of my life.
You think it'd be platinum, but... Okay, so the Paris Costco is organized pretty much like every other Costco, except in each section you have products that you wouldn't necessarily find in like the Toronto Costco, for example. So even if nothing down these aisles is on our list, I always like to peruse in case we find something that's like a stellar deal. A couple months ago, we found the shelving unit actually that we installed in our kitchen, like the pull-out drawer, and it was a French brand that you for sure wouldn't have found in like a Canadian Costco. So yeah, it's always fun to peruse. And our first item so far is a watermelon, which doesn't seem like it's anything of note, but this is 10.99 euros for this watermelon. Like this.
That seems a little high for a watermelon. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I don't look at prices of watermelons too much.
Size. I recently paid
it's pretty massive.
€35 in a French grocery store, so that's a steal for sure.
Okay.
And watermelon's my favorite fruit.
Pineapple is mine. A toaster? I'm not gonna lie, you guys. This seems really expensive to me. I don't know why. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go to my Costco and check the prices on like Ninja Creme Deluxe. We probably don't have this though. I feel like when I looked at a coffee maker though, they were maybe like $150. Like 6 mugs.
Okay, so this is also not on our list, but we're in the section that has all the Le Creuset and Staub dishware, I guess you could say. And we have eyed this every single time we've come to Costco. It's the Le Creuset, I don't know, pan. We really want it for our steaks, but it's 99 euros. And we've never bought it. I swear we look at this like literally every time we come.
It's worth
Another
it.
thing from Le Creuset.
You always got to have a good cast iron on hand.
Are their rainbow mugs, which I like in concept. I love the colors, but I don't think they're made in France. Made in Thailand, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I mean, if you're buying the brand Le Creuset, you are, paying a pretty hefty price tag.
Expecting.
You want to buy something that's made in France if you're buying from a French heritage brand, at least in my opinion. And this, of course, we bought on our first trip to Costco, which I think is still my favorite
I have the
purchase.
same
We use
one.
it all the time, and it was a pretty good deal. When we bought it, it was 125 euros. But see, it's hard for me to know that we paid 125 euros for this, and then to spend 100 euros on something that's like a fraction of the size that we would get a lot less use out of. To be continued. Maybe next year when I make this video, we'll have bought it.
Gotta have a cast iron. Like cooking, we do all of our steaks. Not all the time, but always do them in the cast iron. And we have steak usually like once a week. I'll cook them on the barbecue occasionally, especially if I'm doing like a large cut of meat, like a tri-tip, flank steak or something. But in the cast iron, steaks, you can throw your butter in there, your rosemary, your garlic, your thyme. It's so great. I would be lost without a cast iron.
All right. We've made it to the more interesting aisles because there's 4 rows of alcohol. So everything from pre-made cocktails to hard liquors to beers to wines. It's a crazy section in the Paris Costco. And it's always fun to walk down because you don't only have European alcoholic beverages, you also have a lot of Canadian and American brands, really international brands that you can't get in the local grocery stores. It's always fun for us, for example, when we come across Canadian beer. Never would you ever find that in a grocery store in Paris. So we like to pick it up if we can spot it. And we also make our own vanillas. And for those vanillas, we use rum or whiskey. And I think last time we came across a really good Québécois brand of whiskey, if I'm not wrong. Was it whiskey or was it rum, Jean? It was whiskey. Sortilège, I think. So if we can find that again, we might have to restock because we are running low on vanilla.
And a spritz pre-made cocktail. I'm not a big fan of the pre-made cocktails. Have you guys ever tried these before? They're okay. Usually they just have so much sugar in them. At least ours in the States do. I don't know. I'll just mix the drink if I want it. You spend way more. Oh, they got Maker's Mark. You spend way more when you buy something that's already mixed rather than just buying the ingredients to mix it and then buying the alcohol separate. Pretty wild. They got Maker's Mark. It's a fairly good whiskey. Straightforward. Nothing too fancy. No way you're going for the Irish whiskey over the American whiskey. There's one thing that we do really, really well here in the States. It's whiskey and bourbon, okay? I will stand on this hill. We do it the best in the entire world. You can't beat us. Don't even try. Totally kidding. No, Japanese whiskey is delicious. We're not doing a video on whiskey right now. Champagne. Coors Light. Hold on, which is it? 32 USD. That's about right.
Did you see this? A frozen cocktail. It
Are
reminds
these-
me the coolers in Canada. Strawberry daiquiri, watermelon
they're like the frozen
mojito,
pops?
passion fruit martini, margarita, and mojito.
Should we get it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get it.
Woo! There's a lot of alcohol. I don't think our selection is this big because we can't do alcoholic beverages inside of our Costco. Here in Tennessee, we can't. We used to be able to in California when I lived there, but not in Tennessee. It's illegal.
Especially in the summer when we have lots of picnics and dinner parties and when we have guests come over and stuff, I love to have a couple of bottles of white, rosé, and red wine that we store in the little cave of our apartment.
Yep.
So we already have one red, one white. I think it'd be good to grab a rosé as well. Jean has an app on his phone where he checks the quality of the wine. So you want to test these for me?
So apparently it's 3.8 out of 5. So it's good quality, and you can also check
Yeah. Solid, probably.
the characteristic gustative, and it's more light, it's sec and acid. Ce que disent les gens, tastes like strawberry, cranberry and raspberry. Perfect for summer.
All right, so we've made it to the bakery section, which smells so good.
Really
it is the
curious to
hardest
see
section
this.
to cross without putting everything in our basket. Plus, I see that they're already starting to hand out samples. It's almost noon. So, we'll see if we can make it through without loading up our cart.
All right, what do we got here? We do not have these at all. They got the cookies. All right. I don't think we have the set of 3 cookies like this. We usually have the chocolate. Vanilla flan. Okay. Wow. We don't have these. Those look amazing though. Yes, I know you can probably get much better ones made from a bakery down in the city. Those still look good though.
I'll just quickly show you the French pastries that they have. So they have pain au chocolat and croissant. We are never tempted by these because they are not even close to the quality that you get at a boulangerie, and there's way too many for Jean and I to eat by ourselves. So you have a pack here of pain au chocolat, 12 for €7, which is actually a pretty good price. And the croissants are also 12 for $5.99.
We get these occasionally. They're pretty good.
They're not bad. One time we did buy the pain au chocolat and we just froze them because there's so many. And then when we wanted one for breakfast, we would heat them up in the oven, and they actually tasted pretty good. But it is kind of a special treat once a month to pop into the boulangerie on a Sunday morning and buy yourself a pain au chocolat, even if it is a little bit more expensive than Costco. I think the experience of going to the boulangerie is nicer than.
Especially with 2 people too. Shopping at Costco is probably hard with just 2 people or like 1 person because you just get so much.
Having a pack at home in the freezer.
Then they would have to freeze those.
least
Yeah,
they're
you don't
good.
want to freeze them. You
So
want them
this
fresh.
one was an afternoon snack was when I was kid. You just toast it a bit and you add a chocolate bar in it. And it's delicious.
Grab one of these for Jean's mom because she loves everything lemon. And I think we're going to visit them later this summer, so could be a nice hostess gift.
Nice. Look at the meat. Okay. Looks very similar to ours. Okay, we don't have these. A tomahawk steak? That would at that I would buy that. No. The rotisserie chickens are $7 US. €6. They had to have done €5. These are always $5 American dollars, and they've never changed. They're always that. Okay, chicken is a little let's see here. It feels a little high. to what I'm used to. I'm not saying that like it's expensive. I have no idea. I'm just saying compared to like when we buy chicken. Cheese pizza.
They actually
all
have
right.
a really nice selection of ready-made meals today. We got everything from mac and cheese to...
These are so... These are not very good for you. I mean, at least our Costco's. You see right here, all this writing. Usually when I'll buy these occasionally, but they're like a dirty secret or like a, you know, a treat for myself. I'll buy some of these little packages of sandwiches and we'll eat them throughout the week. But sometimes they have so many ingredients.
Burritos, shepherd's pie. So
Mac
we
and
whizzed
cheese,
through the meat
meatloaf.
and the ready-made meals section for a couple reasons. We normally like to buy our meat organic and from our local butcher.
Mm-hmm.
It's also better for us in terms of portion size because here the portions are huge, and oftentimes the meat comes from either the US or somewhere else in Europe, and so we prefer just to buy locally and organic. And for other things like pre-made meals or like these giant pizzas, is that they're so big they won't fit in our fridge, they won't fit in our oven. So yeah, it is quite a large section with a lot of variety, but for just 2 people it's hard to justify buying anything in this section. One time when we went skiing with our friends, actually, and we were 6, then we were able to buy like the charcuterie, the pizzas, the breads and stuff. But for just 2 people, it makes no sense.
You get the meat. You could freeze the meat. French goat cheese. That looks so much better than ours. Oh, the cheese.
After 2 hours in Costco, we have reached the first item that's actually on our list, which is toilet paper. And we've calculated that this is exactly 50% cheaper to buy in Costco than in a grocery store. You have 42 rolls for 30 euros.
Yeah, always a good deal. We stock up there as well. Salted
Another
butter.
staple
Hold
on...
What was the price on that? That's a good deal. That's a good deal right there on the butter. It's probably so much better than what we eat. Ours, we order the we don't order it. We get the one oh gosh, what's that Irish company called? Something Gold. Marigold? I don't know. That's the butter that we usually buy.
Staple on our Costco list every time is this Greek yogurt. One of these is €3.59 when normally in the grocery store, like in our local neighborhood grocery store, it's minimum €7, if not 8. So this is a huge deal every time. The samples are a little subpar today. We got our first one, which is a piece of watermelon. And another one that we just skipped was a sample of juice. So a little bit underwhelming. Hopefully we'll come across something a bit more savory because I'm so hungry.
My kids go absolutely crazy for the samples.
Worst case, we'll just get pizza and hot dogs at the Costco canteen, but voila, our first sample. And our second sample is this vegetable wok dish.
Okay. Coffee. We have these exact same ones. I've seen these before. What is that? Heinz Caesar salad dressing?
In the breakfast aisles, so of course, maple syrup from Canada. You have 1 liter for 12 euros. The honey is also pretty good as well. It's harvested in France, and you have 1 kilo for 10 euros. Another good deal. If you like Bonne Maman jams, they always have a couple flavors in the 1 kilo jars, which are huge. The only time I've ever bought this was when I was doing my ski trip with my friends, and there were so many of us, and we're having jam every day. But yeah, right now they have apricot jam, and I think that's it for Bonne Maman.
My favorite.
1 kilo for 4 euros and 49 cents. And there's always a ton of jam brands. Like here, you have another French jam, raspberries. This one is organic. and it's strawberries, and it's only €4.79. So generally speaking,
pretty
all the
cheap.
jams are really good deals if you compare the quantity and the price to what you'd get in a French grocery store. We finished our food shopping. We've done all the food sections except for the junk food at the very end, which I'm very excited for. But now we just have the clothing, the books, the toys, and all of the outdoor furniture, appliances, tools to get through. From experience, these have never been good deals. Okay, we come here seasonally. We've done the Christmas decor. We've done the spring gardening, the summer tents, barbecues, all that. It is so rarely a good deal, and I think the products that they offer are just really not targeted for French people. Like this giant trampoline, I don't know which Parisian has space for this in their apartment.
I just put together one of these, one that is bigger than that, this last weekend. Such a pain. It was I think it was a 16 or an 18 footer. It's got water that comes out of the top of it for the kids, and then lights that go around it. Ours had gotten destroyed in quite a few storms, so we had to get them a new one.
Slash backyards, but it's fun to go down. I think very rarely do Parisians actually benefit from these aisles. I think that's why they're smaller. I've always noticed that this section is definitely
Somebody's
got
got
to
be buying
Toronto.
it.
I would assume it's because it's a minority of people who actually want to buy even like this giant playhouse. I mean, I would love that. If I was a kid, I would love to buy that, but I just don't know.
I've probably put together 3 of those as well.
I just don't know which Parisian would have space for that.
Okay. A whole pool. 10. Nice. Ooh, I like the pergola. I was looking at one of these the other weekend.
All right, we made it to the last aisle. The last 4 aisles of pure junk food, which are the funnest
Always.
to go through, but equally as hard as the bakery not to buy everything. I will say that because we do these aisles last, it's nice because we're so tired. We're sick of Costco. It's so crowded. I just want to grab my hot dog, have lunch, and go home. So I'm a little bit less thorough, I think, going through these aisles and less interested than when we first got here. I don't know. What do you think?
I totally agree with you. I think the first thing I want is go home.
Go home.
It's always a long day when we go to Costco. So yeah, let's see. We're going to try and limit ourselves to one piece of junk food.
That looks good. Oh my gosh. All right. A cured meat stick? What? Alright, let's see. Alright, what do we got here? It looks so different than ours. The hot dog, always a solid choice. This is, I would assume, probably a good deal for you guys as well. No, it's in euros. 150 euros. It's $1.50 USD as well. You kind of can't beat it. You get a hot dog, a pretty big hot dog, and a drink for $1.50. The chicken bakes, my daughter loves these. You guys have sushi? Really? And then, like, what is this? Fillets? Like fish fillets? And then just fries. What? This is so weird. Oh my gosh. 2 hot dogs.
And with my €1.50 hot dog and drink, that brings us to the end of today's Costco adventure. 3 hours later. I hope you guys enjoyed coming with us. I'm gonna do a full unboxing / haul.
All right, that was it delivered. The video delivered. Really interesting, kind of seeing inside of a Costco in France, and honestly, not that different from ours. Pretty like right on point, like very similar. All right, I'm getting out of here. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.